too much tuna, you can have
Mercury.
Yes, correct. Mercury
Yeah.
poisoning from tuna is a real thing.
You can get arsenic from sardines too. I found that out the hard way.
Really?
Yeah.
Ate too many sardines?
Yeah, I got my blood work done, and the doctor says you have arsenic in your blood. And I go, is someone poisoning me? He goes, no, it's very, very low level.
It's like is your girlfriend angry at you?
He goes, do you eat a lot of
situations
fish?
like that.
And I said, yeah, I eat like 3 cans of sardines a night.
That's a lot of sardines, man.
Yeah, I love sardines.
I mean, yeah,
I love them.
Joe Rogan got poisoned. Not by drugs, by fish. After eating 3 cans of sardines every night, his doctor found arsenic in his blood. That moment changed how Rogan looked at food, especially fish. But this isn't just his story. It's a warning about what might be hiding in your so-called healthy diet. Let's start with this. Joe Rogan wasn't eating junk. No fast food, no soda, no late-night pizza deliveries. He wasn't scarfing down microwavable meals packed with preservatives or chugging energy drinks filled with chemicals no one can pronounce. No, he was doing what every health guru preaches: clean eating. And for Joe, that meant sardines, packed with protein, full of omega-3s, convenient, no prep, no mess. He'd finish a long day, record a show, maybe lift some weights, and then crack open a few tins of fish. 3 cans a night. It became a ritual. Comforting, predictable, supposedly smart. Until it wasn't. It didn't start with a breakdown. No collapse, no panic attack, no headline. Just a regular checkup. And a number that didn't make sense. Joe's arsenic levels weren't just elevated. They were high. Dangerously high. His first reaction? Someone's poisoning me. Because that's how we think, right? When something goes wrong, we assume sabotage, external threat, malicious intent. But no, the answer wasn't a villain in the shadows. The answer was right there on the kitchen counter, stacked neatly in a cupboard. Sardines. We've been told for decades that fish is healthy, and to be fair, it used to be. But today's oceans aren't yesterday's seas. Industrial runoff, pharmaceutical waste, plastic particles, and heavy metals like mercury, cadmium, and arsenic are saturating marine ecosystems. Here's what most people don't realize. Fish don't excrete heavy metals. They store them. In muscle, in fat. Over time. And here's where it gets worse. The higher up the food chain of fish is, the more metal it's accumulated. So, tuna, swordfish, shark, toxic sponges. And sardines? They're small, yes, but they feed near the ocean floor, the final resting place of decades of dumped pollutants. You may think they're clean because they're small, but depending on the water source, they can carry surprising concentrations of toxins. A 2021 study in Marine Pollution Bulletin found detectable levels of arsenic in over 70% of sardine samples taken from coastal regions of the US and Europe. Now here's the twist. Joe's story isn't really about fish. It's about trust. It's about what we believe is healthy, and what happens when we stop questioning that label. Because the same people who told us fish is brain food also told us that butter clogs your arteries, that red meat causes cancer, that vegetable oils are heart healthy. So we cut the butter, ditch the eggs, skip the steak. And what did we replace them with? Canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, the so-called healthy fats. But here's the problem. They're not natural fats. They're industrial byproducts. Let's look at some numbers. In 1900, the average American consumed less than 2 grams of seed oils per day. By 2020, that number jumped to more than 80 grams daily. That's a 4,000% increase. Why does it matter? Because seed oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, the kind that fuel inflammation. Not the good inflammation you get from lifting weights. We're talking chronic cellular inflammation, the kind that lingers in your gut, joints, brain, and arteries. Omega-6 isn't evil. We need some. But the balance is the key. Humans evolved on a diet with an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 1 to 1 to 4 to 1, 1. Today, in the US, the ratio is up to 20 to 1, sometimes higher. That imbalance has been linked to increased risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, autoimmune disorders, depression, and yes, ADHD. ADHD isn't just a classroom disorder anymore. It's everywhere. Over 6 million children in the US have been diagnosed with it. Rates have doubled since the 1990s. And while diagnosis methods have improved, something else changed too. What we feed our kids. Processed snacks, sugary cereals, industrial oils, low-fat everything. No butter, no yolks, no red meat. A 2017 study in the Journal of Lipid Research found that children with ADHD consistently had lower levels of omega-3s in their blood compared to neurotypical children. Barbara O'Neill, a renowned health educator, puts it bluntly. The brain is 60% fat. Feed it garbage fat and you'll get garbage function. Dr. Eric Berg goes even further. He suggests ADHD might be nutritional deficiency in disguise. He argues that with proper omega-3 intake and removal of seed oils and refined sugar, many symptoms vanish. And some studies agree. One trial reduced kids' junk food intake and upped their omega-3s, and ADHD symptoms dropped by 53%. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe we've just been starving our brains with healthy food that's anything but. You might be thinking, okay, I'll just eat more fish then. Get my omega-3s that way. But remember Rogan's story? Even small fish can carry big toxins. So what's the alternative? A high-quality omega-3 supplement. One that's third-party tested, distilled, and free from mercury, arsenic, and other heavy metals. In fact, a 2019 clinical trial published in Nutrients compared daily fish consumption to fish oil supplementation. The group that took fish oil had better cardiovascular markers, less inflammation, and lower toxin exposure. Real food is powerful, but in a toxic world, smart supplementation matters. This story isn't about sardines. It's not even about Joe Rogan. It's about the massive disconnect between what we eat and what we believe about what we eat. We live in a time where people drink oat milk thinking it's better than raw dairy. Use margarine instead of butter. Eat plant-based burgers filled with soy isolate and seed oils. And wonder why they feel worse. Not better. We're not sick because we're weak. We're sick because we've been misled. Because billion-dollar industries profit when we're confused, inflamed, and medicated. Joe Rogan didn't swear off sardines because of ideology. He quit them because his blood told the truth. That one lab result revealed more than just a toxic spike. It revealed how even the most intentional eater can fall into a trap. A quiet one, a clean one, wrapped in a label that says healthy. He thought he was doing everything right. So do millions of others. That's why this story matters. So, no, this isn't about demonizing fish or declaring war on all oils. It's about asking better questions. Is this food helping me or just fitting a narrative? Am I eating it because it's right or because it's popular? Who profits from my confusion? Rogan's story is one example, but it's a mirror. What's in your kitchen that feels healthy but hides a cost? Start flipping your labels. Start listening to your body. And maybe, just maybe, start questioning everything the food industry told you was clean. If this video made you rethink something in your diet, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm spread what matters. And let's talk in the comments. Have you ever had a health food backfire? What do you avoid now that you once thought was good for you? Stay sharp, stay skeptical. And remember, it's not what they say is healthy. It's what your body says after you eat it.